I can do it from here. Put it on my phone. Stand by. Well, that was a fun tech issue for 17 minutes. Hello, everybody.
We did it. We're here.
Rocket, you have the patience of a saint. So thank you so much. My goodness.
Monday night, I have nothing else to do. So what am I going to?
I mean, well, last Monday you had something to do, and next Monday you have something to do.
Last Tuesday and next Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday and Tuesday. My days don't work well. It's fine. Especially after I've been keeping you for so long. But, well, hello, everybody. As you can tell, I'm coming live from my cell phone because why not? And we have a very nice guest joining us, the one and only Röckët Stähr. Thank you so much for your patience with literally everything.
My pleasure.
I'm going to have you give your elevator speech to our wonderful Broadway Fan Club listeners so they can hear your voice instead of mine and get an idea of who you are. And then I'm just going to go fangirl and brag about you after that.
Okay. Well, I am Röckët Stähr, and I made an animated rock opera feature film called Röckët Stähr's Death of a Rock Star. It took me 13 years to create. I wrote it. I wrote all the songs. I'm a self-taught composer. It's all real orchestrations on it. I played all the guitar, bass, and guitar, bass, and piano.
Oh, how dare you not do the drums either.
What's wrong with me? I sang everything on it except for the female lead, sung by Abiy Ahmad. I produced it, I mixed it, and then I spent 8 years animating the entire film completely on my own with no previous animation experience. And this show we have going on right now is we're playing the entire soundtrack to the movie live, in sync with the movie, hanging over our heads at Joe's Pub. We have backing track for the orchestrations and the backing vocals from the soundtrack, but the rest of it is live.
First off, ode to Hedwig, ode to Rocky Horror Shadowcast. Like, I'm gonna read a blurb from the best way of explaining this. A new rock opera making its world premiere at Joe's Pub, one of my favorite venues, June 23rd and July 7th. Yes, on the Tuesdays. Totally unique cine concert experience, 90-minute film. Part Tommy, part Jesus Christ Superstar, with a little Hedwig and the Angry Inch thrown in for good measure. The show is being co-directed by Broadway veterans Johanna McKeon, I'm sure I'm destroying that, Associate Director of Chess, Swept Away, Funny Girl, Hedwig and the Angry Inch, American Idiot, and more. So many of my favorite shows, and Amber's. And Austin Regan, Associate Director of Beautiful Noise, Neil Diamond musical, Head Over Heels, On a Clear Day You Can See Forever, Assistant Director of Everyday Rapture, and American Idiot. And produced by artist manager Ryan Gentles. You're going to be joined on stage by Joan Chu, Led Zeppelin, and Six, guitarist Angus Clark, Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Rock of Ages, and Rob Bailey, Moving Out, and drummer David Richmond, he can't take his job, co-host of the popular punk rock karaoke series Arlene's Grocery. Like, holy crap. And then your styling is super cool. By Andrea Lauer, Melissa Etheridge, My Window, Bring It On the Musical, which, by the way, is one of my favorite, cult classics, and American Idiot with casting by Jason Finger. Like, come on. This is a stacked cast and production crew. Holy crap.
We had the singers, the other singers.
I don't have the list of those.
Really? Oh, wow. Oh, besides me, I sing maybe 4 or 5 songs in it, and I play piano and acoustic guitar in the show. I'm kind of the narrator guy and some auxiliary roles. But along with me, we have Alex Joseph Grayson from The Outsiders and Parade, and he's fantastic. He kind of plays the titular character, the Rocky Star. And we have Ryan Shaw, who plays his creator. Creator is his name, and he's amazing too. He was in Motown the musical, just a fantastic voice. We have Abiy Ahmad, who is, beside me, the only person from the actual movie or record. She is reprising her role as Ronnie Way and she hasn't been on Broadway, but she is a fantastic singer, like an Ann Wilson from Heart type singer. Just
heck yeah.
a great voice. And then to top that all off, we have a special guest appearance by Bradley Dean, who is fresh off of Chess and has been in just a ton of Broadway shows. And he kind of
icon, yeah,
icon, yeah.
He plays the big bad guy, Caesar.
Love it.
One song. And so yeah, they're just all awesome.
It's just so cool. Like, what inspired you? Like, we'll talk some Broadway news in a minute, but what really got you started? I'm trying to pull up this trailer right now and send over the link to Amber since I'm going remote tonight, apparently, as everyone gets weird angles in my ear. But like, what inspired you to go down this journey? Because as you were saying, you've never done 90% of this. Like, what were you like?
I know.
I could do this animated film and do this
when
really
you were
cool
listing things, I was like, okay, triple threat, quadruple threat, quartet, sextet. I like lost count. I like couldn't even think of a number after at some point.
I guess it kind of necessity in a way. Okay. You know, if you don't have millions of dollars in backing, but you have something that you have true
passion,
in, like when the idea and the story came to me, it's a much longer talk to really talk about how I got going on this. But the animation thing, I didn't go, I'm going to animate a whole movie by myself. Only an insane person.
And the animation reminds me very much of like Kiss meets Scooby-Doo gang. Like, and I had the pleasure of being friends with Ace Frehley for a very long period of time.
That's awesome. Well, I got to see him a few times. I got to see that last New York show he played.
Oh my God. It broke my heart when he was gone. But watching the trailer, and Amber, you've got the link that I sent you?
I already had it pulled up. So
amazing. She's so good. Best business partner ever. But it's so reminiscent of that. Plus like Gem and the very 80s, 90s, but like still relevant today. Like, it's so cool, and it's meant for us. Like, it's not like geared towards little kids, but it's okay. But the quality of production, and you're going, never done this before, so I'm just going to do it now, is so good.
Thank you. And it's funny to say that's not geared towards little kids, because I apparently have a number of little kid fans.
Well, that's okay though,
because there's a lot of sexual humor in it. There's like a giant anatomically correct erection on the screen at one point.
Is there?
Yeah. So the parents kind of like they edit it, but like the children love it because it's very colorful and the songs, the music are very colorful, and there's a lot going on, and there's a 13-year-old drummer from Nashville. I guess he was 12 at the time. He made a doll of the main character, and
that's cool
to me. It's actually on the other side of the room, hanging out on a shelf up there. But
I love that.
Yeah, it's really, really kind of cool. So the age range of people who have gotten into this is really, really wide.
It wasn't the intentional demographic you were going for.
No, I kind of thought it would just appeal to men in their 50s, basically.
Sure.
That's all I thought, and it's kind of. I'm
just waiting for the cosplays to start coming. Like when I'm going to say when this comes to a theater, like if this goes on tour, when this goes on tour, like whatever it is, I cannot wait to see people dressed up like these characters.
Yeah, that's what I'd hope at some point. I mean, who doesn't want to see a four-armed rock star on a big stage, right? I mean,
boring people would not want to see that, but anybody else. Amber, do you want to throw that trailer up real quick so everyone can see how cool this thing is?
Yep.
Rock is just so chill. You just exude cool.
Well, I'm just tired.
Oh, well, that too.
All right, I'm gonna hit play.
Like, I see this as a TV series. I see this on Netflix. Like, how... I originally went to school for film and animation, and, like, that's better than 90% of the shit that we ever saw come through.
Yeah, and I was going to say, it's definitely, like, it gives you that feeling that we're all, like, looking for right now, which is just, like, a better time. Like, it, like, takes you back to, like,
nostalgic, for sure.
just, yeah, it's like it gives you like the nostalgic feel of like when things were just better, and like, oh, it just makes you feel like you have like an escape for a little bit.
Except it takes place in the not too distant future. Was it 2156? My brain doesn't.
2164.
Okay, I was off by a couple of years. Shame on me. But I mean, that's not terrible. Why did you choose that year?
Well, it had to be in the future. I figured 2064 is a little too close, so I put it way further. And the 64 serves a couple of quick purposes. It's like the 200th anniversary of the Beatles coming to America, which are my all-time favorite band. And there's a song
definitely can see the influence in that too.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah, very Yellow.
Yeah, in the cartoon.
Very.
Yeah.
And there's a song in there called "60s Summer Heartbreak" that was already named and written before the movie, and it just well, that works perfectly, dovetails in there if I make it in the 60s, just a different century.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that. It's creative. It has that nostalgic vibe to it, but it very much, I don't know, you gravitate towards it. There's an energy that you want to do with it. But
what's cool about this live version is that with the people, the different, like we already noted, I sang everything on there, all those backing vocals and everything, except for the female lead. But doing it live with these other singers, it's a it's obviously a 2D animation. It makes it 3D. Like
and now it's not just you singing with yourself. Now you actually have these characters in front of you. Is that like a holy shit moment? Like, this is a thing, and it's not just my voice.
Oh yeah, it's funny because it's some of the songs that were hard for me to give up because they're they're my songs, for me to sing. But hearing them sing it has been just such a joy, and
that's got to be an experience.
Is different than mine, and I'm still very controlling. So like, can you sing this a little more like that? But just like like Alex, just for one, Alex Joseph Grayson, his voice is more Tom Jones-ish, kind of like and my voice is very kind of Bowie-ish. It's a little more nasally and kind of bitey. So it takes a little getting used to on one hand, but on the other hand, it just works so well because his voice is so powerful. And some of those songs, they need to be very powerful. And it's been a real pleasure hearing that come to life,
Yeah, I can't imagine it because when you're sitting there and you've created something, do you have that moment? I mean, the movie, you did this in 2020. Or it came out in 2020.
Well, I started it in 2007, like early, like first rehearsal with the drummer in late 2006. I finished it like I was literally taking it to get the music to get mastered, like the day that New York City shut down.
Yep. That's what I was going to ask you. Wow.
And I was like a ghost town, and I went and took the subway. And then it's like, so everything was shut down, so couldn't really do anything with it. Then I started kind of submitting, I had submitted to a couple of, it's a whole long story, but eventually got into some festivals. And then I kind of like was trying to figure out how to put it out. I sort of toyed with releasing it myself. Then I pulled back and tried to kind of get a distributor and had some bites on that. I wasn't real happy with the deals they offered. And it just felt like I was kind of like, I would be tying it up for like, in a contract. And then I kind of had a contract with a place, and then they were terrible, and that fell through. And so then
you've been on a journey for sure.
And then I actually did go through a thing called Film Hub, where they put it up on like Tubi TV and the Roku channel, and it was on places like that. But you never really have any idea who's watching it or not. After like 2 years on there. I think it made like $100 or something. And then it cost me that $100 to get it taken down from there. Because I was like, you know what? I'm going to take more control of it and sell it physically myself. And that was a little over 2 years ago. I started selling it on DVD and Blu-ray exclusively. And I've sold just about 5,000 copies at this point. On DVD and Blu-ray. And I've sold about 550 of the double vinyl soundtrack. I'm all sold out of that, actually. Sold thousands of the double CD soundtrack. So that kind of what started the ball rolling as to building a fan base for it.
Right.
That actually felt built up at this point. And one thing led to the other. And that's how the producer, Ian Gentles, got involved in wanting to turn it into a stage production.
I was going to ask.
He was like, he's like, you understand there's a Broadway show you wrote, right? I'm like, I don't know. I just made my movie. I'm doing. He's like, no, this is a show. You have to get this up. And I was like, I don't know how to do that. And he's like, well, let's try to work together. Let me see.
He guide you. Yes.
He was your Sherpa.
Yeah. And that's how where we are now. In a nutshell, a long story short.
No, I mean, so if somebody wanted to see the movie right now, besides seeing you live at Joe's Pub next Tuesday, there's no other way to do it unless they buy it directly from you.
DVD or Blu-ray. And the ads come across a lot of people's Facebook and Instagram. Yeah. And if they buy through one of the ads, it comes with a free digital download of it. If you buy it at my store, you can get the digital download as an add-on to the DVD or Blu-ray.
And we have all those links that we'll share at the end of the episode because we want to make sure that you sell so many more than 5,000 because this is something cool. And, we love having people like you on the pod because, we can have directors and actors and musicians and whatever, but somebody who is such a creative spirit and you are really, as Amber was saying, like you're so passionate about this project that you're like, you know what, I'm going to do this. And I think that speaks to a character trait that not a lot of people have anymore. Amber and I are started with the Broadway Fan Club out of passion for building communities, and we've exploded. When we say like this fan base, like we create fan bases or we enhance the fan bases for different shows. But when you can have a community and people want to, I think, Amber, what do we have? Like 2 or 3 Broadway Fan Club babies and a couple of marriages out of the communities. And it's crazy.
I got nothing.
But not me or you personally. But when you have your kind of cult following, you're creating a sense of community. What we were talking about before the show.
Yeah. Create my own cult.
Yeah, we love it. We love a good cult. And we like to enhance the cult. Drink the juice. It's grape. But it's really inspiring. So we're really happy that you're able to be here. And you also said you're going to join us for some Broadway news. So we're going to talk some Broadway news, and then we're going to ask you some more questions. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay, good. Amber, are you ready? Because I know you got them locked and loaded.
I'm semi-ready, but if you want to start off with some news, go for it. I will join you.
I mean, do I hit them where it hurts the most?
Okay, whatever you want to do.
So our beloved Death Becomes Her just had their very last New York performance yesterday. So Rockët, did you get an opportunity to see the show at all?
I didn't, but I did see little clips online, and it looked like it was a fun show,
Crazy show.
Yeah. They had a half decent run, right? I mean, when did it come out? Maybe a year and a half ago or something?
2 years?
Okay, yeah.
They ended with 666 shows, I believe.
And this day, not so bad.
Not bad at all.
Absolutely.
It's really not bad at all. And they went through, they had Jen Samard and Megan Hilty, and then Megan left, and you had Betsy Wolfe, and then Dee Roskioli was coming in. So it was a really interesting thing, but they also have a very cult-like following, and we had a lot of members we actually had one member, and I'm sure I know the answer to this. Are you a big Halloween fan?
As far as what the Halloween the movie or Halloween the
holiday?
Movie. Yeah, I'm a big 80s horror guy. So Halloween is I absolutely love it.
Well, you'll appreciate this. We had one member who was featured on the news because they did their entire house. All Death Becomes Her, like built out a bunch of stuff, and then also had that for their Tony's party. but like mannequins and dresses that look like the show. So when we say, like, we cannot wait for people to dress up for your shows, and whenever this goes big, I can't freaking wait to see, because it's just
someone did actually come to the other show
Yeah.
with the makeup on from the character.
Yeah.
how did it make you feel? Where you're like, oh shit, this is a thing.
It was awesome. And what's funny is he was sitting like right next to me, like right in front, like, looking up.
Did he know you were you?
Yeah, they knew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, was that the first time that you've ever seen anybody in the makeup?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm trying to think, but yeah, I guess it was. Yeah,
That's awesome.
it was pretty cool. I mean, we had fans in the audience. Like, there's a scene in the movie because the main guy has 4 arms, and at one point he puts all 4 with the middle finger up. And a group of fans of animators, actually young animators, actually came, bought a whole table, and a couple of them stood up and they did that. Like, one put his arm on the others, and they did the forearm. So that was really awesome.
It's so Rocky Horror, but
like, in a way, yeah.
I mean, that's gotta feel good to have that like callback essentially, or that because it's not like you're presenting. Joe's Pub is so intimate, first and foremost. It's an intimate, but you're providing this immersive experience. The band is there. Like, it's not like sit down and be quiet. You want these people to have that same energy, especially because you're performing 90 minutes straight. You know, that's a lot too.
Yeah, it was 90 minutes straight until the whole thing froze up like your
computer
was doing earlier.
So I didn't want to bring that point of contention up, but we might as well at this point. So you want to tell everybody what happened on Tuesday, that you're like, I'll wait for this show to talk.
Well, it's such a, I mean, I feel bad I'm interrupting your news here. But,
you're fine. No. This is how we go. We'll just kind of, we'll ping pong all over the place.
You know, it's a ridiculously complex setup that we're doing. Like it shouldn't be being done at Joe's Pub or anything. To do something at this small of a level that we're doing, is very difficult. You know, the band, we're all on in-ear monitors. You know, because
standing on top of the rumbling subway every few minutes, right?
Yeah, we've got a whole Pro Tools setup running that I've got all the separate tracks on, running along with the film. I've got to click it, so it's really complex. But we had to break it all down because then there's a show that was before us that night after we sound checked. Once we came back, things were a little screwy. I couldn't hear we started playing, the whole show starts, and my piano is all crackly in my in-ear monitors. So I had to stop in like 10 seconds. I'm like, we have to stop. I can't hear the piano. So they come back, try to fix it. They stopped the crackling, but suddenly they fixed it to the point where I couldn't hear the piano. But they could hear it out there, so we're running out. So I'm like, just let it go, make it go. So I had to do the whole show without hearing the piano. I had to do it all on muscle memory. But I'm fine. So, you know, when it was going great, the whole the crowd's really giving it back to us. It's going great. 3 songs before the end, we're playing. I look up, I could see the screen from where I'm sitting. Luckily, it's frozen.
No.
Yeah, we made it about maybe 80 minutes.
The reason we're talking about this now is because I froze for about 20 minutes on and off before this, and he's like, you should have seen what happened on Tuesday. So, the screen froze.
Screen froze.
At an integral part of the movie.
Yells down to me that Pro Tools crashed. I'm like, a motherfucker. So I just start joking with the audience, and they took it really great. The audience thought it was funny. We're all joking back and forth, and they got Pro Tools booted. It felt like forever, but it was. You
guys rocked so hard, you froze and crashed.
Yeah, we crashed. So it was probably like 3 minutes or something. I don't know, 4 minutes.
I felt like 3 hours.
But the audience took it great. They had a really great time, but then it made it kind of exciting. So then it got back booted up again, and we finished out the show. It went great. I'm a little concerned because the next show we don't have that kind of buffer because we're the early show next time, and generally a show at Joe's Pub is they have a 75-minute limit. Our show is like 91 minutes.
Yeah, but they know to have a buffer built in just in case. They have it. Don't you worry your pretty little face off about it. It's okay.
We'll see. We're trying to figure out a redundancy because there is equipment where if it crashes, it can immediately switch over to another thing. But that's a whole other thing to work up and probably another big expense. So I don't know that we'll have that. So we'll see how it goes.
It's a rock show. It's going to be fine.
Yeah. And I was going to say, we always talk about like the magic of live theater, and like that audience got an experience that will never be able to be replicated. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Or like build it
this Tuesday.
Yeah. Or like if you build in
premiere.
a Q&A or, you know, a director's cut where you're like, hey, so at this scene, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So make sure that, well, the tickets are sold out for Tuesday, you said, which is really awesome.
Yeah, Tuesday is I kind of can't believe it myself that we were sold out before the first show. Then they put like 10 tickets back on sale, and then those sold out really, really fast.
Yeah.
So
They're they're good about pacing that. Well, like what Amber was saying, like, yeah, there's no new shows coming out like on Broadway during the summer, and like everything's kind of neat. But the summer is when the cool shit comes out, and then it's that limited opportunity to see it because you're only doing these 2 shows.
Like, yeah, we wanted 4 at first, but like since no one knew who the hell we were, and rightfully so, they were like, "Well, let's do."
Now they do.
Let's do 2, and we'll see how that goes. And then after 2, they're like, "Oh, we'd love to have you back." But at this point, it's like so many of like the whole cast you talked about and everything.
Yeah,
people are already booked up going out, and they're kind of booked up. So we're having a hard time getting. So I'm hoping we can get one more in, but it's not looking real good yet. So at this point, I'm like, well, if we're getting industry down, we need to get as much industry to this one show as we can, because we're not be able to do it again. I
love that. No, and I think that's important.
To another level, basically. Like this is supposed to be a stepping stone.
Yes,
full on theatrical production is what this was supposed to be.
What do you see this doing? So like, pretend that Amber and I are loaded, and we were going to invest in the show. Like, I wish we were. Like, but what do you see? Like, you're saying full on theatrical production.
Yeah.
Give us your like dream venue. Like, just kind of paint this beautiful picture for us, because we know you can.
Oh gosh, I mean, I don't really have a dream venue.
The
biggest one that'll take us.
I mean, that's
the stars. Even if I then only touch the sky. But that's, that to me, it's like you shoot as high as you can.
Sure.
Like even with this, when we first were going to put this on, again, like I wish I had more time to tell the full story, but like.
We've got all the time. It's up to you.
When we first met with Joe, this kind of started with, we finally got this ball rolling because, our producer is my brother, actually, Ryan Gentles.
Love that.
And he had gotten it finally. We weren't really getting anywhere with it until he got it to his friend Sammy James Jr., who was a co-writer of the music for Kinky Boots.
Okay.
And he loved it, I guess, and in turn got it to Brian Usifer, who was just nominated for a Tony for Chess.
Yep.
Excellent music director, really great guy.
Yeah.
And he then wanted to meet with us, and we got together with him last fall. Had a really nice meeting. And he originally was like, you should probably try to do a little something live. And we're like, yeah, I'd like to. I don't know what to do. And he was like, well, let me give it to my friend Johanna McKeon. She might, know what to do with it, or want to do something about it. I'm like, okay, whatever. And we didn't hear anything for a couple months. I just figured nothing was going to come up of anything. And eventually we heard from Brian that Johanna wanted to get together with us. And that was maybe January. And so we got together with her in February, and she was very interested. I think at that point, maybe she hadn't even seen the movie. I think she had just heard the soundtrack and was kind of floored by that. And so in talking, she was like, you should really try to do, a stage reading of this. And you can take it different ways. You can do it uptown in some kind of a more sterile setting, or do it downtown in more of a concert thing. You do a few songs or whatever.
Right.
And I was immediately like, no, I'm not doing that.
Really?
I said I haven't played out in 18 years. I said, I'm not doing a live thing. Like, that's just not what we're just trying to do a Broadway show. Can you just put us on Broadway?
I mean,
yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't work like that.
Well, I know it never. I mean, I've been kind of silly.
I know.
Like I was like, I'm just not. But then by the end of I was thinking, and we're talking more. I'm like, this lady who's extraordinarily busy with chess and everything else. She took time to come down and meet with us, and the first idea out of her mouth, I'm going to be like, no. So by the end of the meeting, I was like, you know what? We're going to do something. We'll do something live. And at first she was like, you just, most stage readings, they only do like a certain amount of songs, like a handful of songs. It's like a taste.
Right.
But me, I'm an all or nothing kind of guy, as you might be able to tell from the movie.
Right.
So I'm
Right.
like, no, if I'm gonna do this, we're gonna do the whole movie. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do the entire thing, not knowing for a second what exactly I was biting off at the time. The nightmare
Well,
that's
now you know.
going on over the last 3.5 months. I almost had a breakdown a couple of times because
No.
I, like we said, I played all the guitars and bass and stuff on this
A
thing.
lot.
I didn't have that all written out. I just played it. So I had to chart that all out.
Yeah.
26 songs, and I've never
Yeah.
charted, written out the parts for guitar.
No, you're playing by muscle memory, or
No,
you're playing by ear. Yeah.
It was, I just had a ton of work to do, let alone.
And then you're also writing music for other people because now it's not just you and a female singer. It's
I had to do that, and I had to learn how to play all the piano parts again for those songs, and learn how to sing again live, and learn how to play and sing again. So it's been a huge undertaking. Then we had to figure out how we were going to pull this off. We got a sound guy, and he's like, "Well, do you have this for the equipment?" I was like, "We're like, no." You're like,
No.
"You have that? You need that, right?" And we're like, "No." So it was just kind of that we entered it extraordinarily naively, kind of like I did when I decided to animate an entire film on my own. And,
I love that.
But we just
go
for the
for it.
stars, and so we have this thing, and it went over incredibly well that first day, flaws and all. The response was tremendous. And so when you ask back to that question, what is what's your goal with it? And to me, I'm like, the biggest in the best, a big, like an actual full-on stage production where the guy's got 4 arms and a real show. That's what I want.
Yeah. No, I love it.
There, I don't know in 10 years, but that's what I'm trying to do. So I really trying to get whatever investors or producers can come down, at least take this forward.
Jeffrey Cohen says that you guys should go to New World Stages after Heather's closes, which I think that's pretty
Let's
good.
Do it, Jeffrey. You and me. You and me,
man. The Bubble Show closing? It can go right there.
The Gazillion Bubble Show is also closing. Yeah, because Heather's, that's part of our Broadway news, just released their final extension until like November 8th or something, which is killing me.
How
long? Heather's has been running, they just celebrated 1 year, so they'll be, but they were never intended to be a full run show. They were always intended to be a limited run, and they've extended because they have a national, and they're doing like Australia, like the UK, they've got a huge tour, huge tour going.
Yeah, same with Death Becomes Her. That's another reason I think that they ended up closing on Broadway, because they're getting ready to do their national tour.
And I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. I think Gatsby is going to be the next one.
I wouldn't be surprised.
The Great Gatsby's been running a while, over 2 years, I think, at this point. And Samantha Polly she just said that she's going to be leaving. She is the original Jordan Baker.
Right.
So she's now leaving.
The only original principal cast member.
Just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But it's on tour, so I think that it's going to be, I think that's a new trend. I don't know, Rocket, would you rather stay in New York, or would you do tour?
I mean, I'm open to kind of anything, really, to see where it takes me. I mean, I didn't know this was going to be a thing 5 months ago.
Right.
So it's kind of like, well, what is
it's going to take off like a rocket.
Take off like a rocket in a star, and then it's going to explode.
Yeah.
So I'm open to whatever the next step is, whatever moves it forward, I'm open to. It seems, I guess that's kind of the thing nowadays, right? Where the show is on for a year or two, and then the tour is really where it kind of makes its money back, or where
it's been interesting, and like. I'll ask you this, because Amber and I know we kind of have the same opinion on it. Do you feel like, do you have a favorite Broadway show? Let's start with that.
Well, I mean, we were talking about Hedwig earlier. I love that. Yes. I don't know if since that's originally an off-Broadway thing.
No, I'll still consider it.
I guess we could say that. But I grew up on, my father was a dancer and an actor.
Cool.
He danced professionally before I was born. He did the official touring production of West Side Story in Japan.
Oh my God, that's
with
cool.
A lot of the guys from the movie, with the original Bernardo's, the original Chino. He was Chino's understudy, so that was a big thing he did.
Please tell me you've gone to Museum of Broadway.
I have not.
You need to, because their West Side Story display will make you cry. But yes.
Cool. So, I mean, that's, I grew up on stuff like that in the original Chicago. My dad used to listen to in the 70s. But for me, Jesus Christ Superstar is a big one. That's kind of
Amber is a huge fan of Jesus Christ Superstar.
I'm like a huge, like, I just love like those like classic like Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals, those like classic Sondheim musicals, like those ones we grew up on. I'm just so nostalgic.
Like the original Evita record too.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
Those records. I mean, those original records.
Really like cool. Cats, Sunset Boulevard.
Something classic, Chorus Line.
Chorus Line.
Right,
Company.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Chorus Line. That's one that I grew up on.
Those shows never ran like Phantom, running 30 plus years, 40 years, hitting in the UK. Like, these big shows that are going. It's important to remember that shows are not meant to stay on Broadway as long as they are.
Right.
Moulin Rouge is closing in a couple of months, and they've been 6 years.
Right.
That's
a long time. And Phantom left, and now there's been multiple shows in and out of the Majestic, and now the Majestic sits empty. But shows, I feel like if you can get to New York and you can see the show, like that expediency and that sense of urgency to go is important. But making it more accessible at a tour rate, I think, is really key too. Because it kind of brings theater to people. We have people always that are like, oh my God, I couldn't get to the show because I live in bumfuck Egypt. But like, they are able to go see a tour. Amber in Connecticut, although like 2.5 hours away. Amber, what's the theater that you volunteer at?
I volunteer at our like big regional theater, which is the Bushnell. It's in our capital in Hartford. So it's where a lot of our Broadway tours come through. They'll also sometimes come through to another theater that's in New Haven as well. Like that's where Heather's Beetlejuice, Book of Mormon are coming through next year. So they also have a Broadway. So we have a couple theaters in Connecticut that have like a touring Broadway season come through.
But Rockët, do you think that, like, if you were to open a show, do you think that you would say, like, hey, we're going to do this limited run so you can kind of get used to us? Or would you want to, like, stay in New York and then go on tour, or just stay in New York or just do a tour?
I don't know. I'm very open to.
You're open and flexible.
It's like, I mean, I would.
Let's just get the show done.
Honestly, I would love to, like we said, I only have these. I'm only just now seeing the comments section.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
you're fine.
It's hi, Dad, is what everyone's saying.
Yes, my father said hi, everyone. So I said hi, Dad, back.
I think actually one of my singers was in Spelling Bee, Alex Joseph Grayson.
Jeffrey always has some of the best questions about Broadway news. I will go down the list. I will give your brain a second to figure out, your tour question.
Right. Yeah.
But, yes.
When it's like we have these 2 shows. I would love if we could do a handful more, whether it was like this fall.
Are you going to be recording the show for potential investors, or are you going to be streaming it?
I did record them. They're being recorded by the venue, both shows, both the raw audio and the video. And then I'm going to edit them down into one, best.
How did you become so cool? You can edit your own stuff. You animated your own stuff. Like this, what was your background? Like, what was your, obviously with like your dad being a performer, but like, did you go to school for any of this? Or you're just like, one day I'm just going to draw and one day I'm just going to start editing music. And
No, I haven't been to school since 1991.
Love that. Love that for you.
High school.
I feel like you live like the mantra, like, if not you, then who? You know what I mean? You're just like, well, if I can't find someone to do it, like, I'm just gonna do it myself. Like, I feel like that's you.
Well, that and I think it's literally a matter of conviction. I mean, before I started doing this, I had been in and out of different bands. I'd been in punk bands, and I had done the acoustic singer-songwriter thing. I did the thing where I was at the piano and had a string quartet and backing singers in the 90s. And none of them really asked, because I'd always jump to the next thing or jump to the next thing. It wasn't until I landed on this where it's like I had this idea for the story and wanted to record, and I was like, oh, I have to see this through.
Yeah.
No matter what. And it just
convicted.
If I didn't truly I could have had any story, whatever, but if it didn't really make me feel like, no, I need to get this out there in the world, I would have stopped a long time ago. So it's really, it's not something that's about me, like, oh, I'm the guy who can do all these things.
No.
It's that I had this thing that I knew I couldn't get anyone else to believe in, that it would get me to get it. So I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm going to do it.
And now a lot of people believe in it. You already sold out both shows and shows. Like,
it took a while.
But it was before the show even ran.
Sure. Why? Yeah. I mean, it took a while to get to the point where I can get people to believe in it.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
Now, I always love the process and everything behind that. Is there anything that hit the cutting room floor that you're like, man, I really wish we were able to get that, that little character, that little quip in
one line? Yeah.
Not really one way. It's like I wrote a script for it first.
Okay.
And then when I started animating it, I basically ignored the entire script, except for just the beats of where it had to be by the end of the song so the story could still make the rank. Because it was just I'd start reading the script and start animating and be like, that's not going to work. I'm going to do this instead. And every morning, since I was working alone, I could free flow go with any idea that hit my head. But I will tell you, I finished this to some degree a year before the official finish date. And I sat with it for a bit and I realized that the ending wasn't right.
Oh,
okay.
And I tried to not admit it to myself for a bit because that would mean I'd have to go back to animating. I didn't want to do that again. I never want to animate anything again in my life. But the more I sat with it, and especially because then suddenly, like a lightning bolt, kind of like the rest of the story, the perfect ending hit me.
Okay.
And I was just like, motherfucker. I can't.
That's it.
I have to do
I
this.
have to go back. Yeah.
I have to animate the last 3 minutes of this movie. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's
it's a lot.
That's like another 3 months of work. I was like, after 13 years, I'm like, oh no. But I had to do it because you have to be. One thing I learned as a songwriter many years ago, at least for me, is you have to build instincts and taste of where you can trust your gut of, no, this bridge isn't right, or no, this shouldn't go there. No, this has to be put aside till I get the right idea.
It's like creating a perfect recipe for something.
Yeah. And I just had that gut feeling. I was like, this is not the right ending. This fucking idea I have now, it's right. I gotta do it. And so I did it. And it is, on the Blu-rays I sell, there's bonus features, and one is the original ending is
on. You hear that, guys? You got to get the Blu-ray so you guys can see the original ending. It's really fucked
up. It's way politically incorrect and shit. It was
That's
really, but it's still a good ending. It's it's clever. It's almost too clever by half, which is kind of one thing that bothered me. Instead of just being in the spirit of fun, and it was almost like, oh, here's really clever. But no, it's on there, and the what I ended up doing was well worth redoing the ending.
How long did it take you to animate those extra 3 minutes?
It was probably a few months, something like that, 2.5 months, something like that.
Now, is everything hand-drawn, or are you going computer with it?
It was all done directly into the computer. I have what's called a Cintiq monitor.
Are you a southpaw?
I am a southpaw.
That's even cooler.
And the original character sketches, I originally did them by hand.
Yeah.
When I designed them, and that's one of those features in the Blu-ray too, was the hand-drawn picture.
So this Blu-ray unlocks the whole other world.
Yeah, the Blu-ray's got these cool kind of bonus features on it. But yeah, so the whole thing is done in a program called Toon Boom Animate Pro. It was called Toon Boom Harmony. Now it's called Toon Boom Animate a million years ago when I started, and it was drawn directly into the computer using vector art.
That's amazing. Oh, Danny Joe says yes for southpaws.
Yeah, I'm a lefty who plays guitar right-handed.
Really? Okay.
One of those freaks.
And I'm a righty who plays the guitar left-handed.
You're kidding?
No, I'm very serious. I'm ambidextrous.
But you're right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
So, okay, now I've got questions for you.
Oh, no.
Well, what
one trial now?
Because usually 90% of guitars sitting around are right-handed. So what made you go, I'm going to pick up a left-handed guitar?
I have absolutely honestly, my very first guitar that I bought was at a flea market in Jersey. It was at an Amish market that also had a flea market to it. And it was
What part of Jersey?
Central, like Bordentown, Burlington Township.
I'm from Hamilton Township, New Jersey.
Oh, well, now we're best friends. Yes, my brother actually lives in Cherry Hill. So,
Okay. Nice.
see, love it. I heard the Jerseyite in you.
Can turn back
actually,
around to it. I'm going to Cherry Hill to see. I just bought tickets the other day to see to meet Robert Englund to get a photograph.
Okay, he's like the nicest person ever.
Not to interrupt your story.
No,
if
I was to turn my phone around, because I just moved into my new apartment, but you would see my Nightmare Before Christmas tree and all of my classic 80s Lost Boys stuff to my left.
Nice.
You were by. I'm going to interrupt this and give you a very personal recommendation. If you like bagels,
of course,
there is a bagel place called Bordentown Bagels. Please do yourself a favor, go there and get half cannoli and half birthday cake on a salt bagel.
Okay.
Yep, that's Heather's special there.
Okay.
But yeah, so I picked up this guitar and it was really cool, like black, blue faded wood, and I was like, this is really cool. But it just automatically became the way that I picked it up. I was a kid. I had no idea. I had never picked up a guitar. I learned music playing piano first. My grandmother had an apartment-sized, baby grand, essentially, growing up. And then I played the flute and French horn, all random stuff. And I was like, I want to
started on the piano and then played clarinet and violin for a while.
I want to learn violin. That's my next goal. But yeah, I picked up this guitar and started playing, and everyone's like, that's kind of weird. And I'm like, because it's backwards. But yeah, I mean, I think it's so cool because our brains do something interesting when it comes to creating music. And that's why, like, I told you, I'm fangirling over you because you're very much like how Amber and I are too. Like, if it's not, you want to do everything because it's like, it's not that if it's not done by you, it's not done right, but you feel like you are literally pulling Horcruxes out of you if you're a Harry Potter fan. You have to put every part of it into that because that's the conviction that you have, is you have to write this, you have to animate this, and you have to have some sort of dictation over it because it is literally part of you. So it's so cool.
Yeah.
It is so cool.
On the other hand, that's kind of, that's what's been so fun about these shows, is that it's been kind of the opposite of that.
You get to release a little bit of the reins.
Kind of releasing it, and the collaboration, everybody's very deferential, respectful to me because it's my brainchild, but it's been fun not having directors and having.
You gave yourself a brain break. Yeah. Well, but you get to see these characters come to life, and you get to hear the music, and I'm hoping I get my hand on one of these recordings because it sounds like the room I want to be in. It really, truly does. Oh, Yvette Perry says, love the music talk and nice to meet Rockët. Yvette, thank you. Yes, we love the music talk, Yvette. It's always so great because we like to have creatives on this show. And we're very fortunate. We've had a couple of really incredible music directors on the show, too. So don't worry, Rockët. We're going to start pimping you out. Amber and I know a good amount of people. I know we're wrapping up towards the time that we promised that we'd get you out of here. I know you're tired. Amber and I have a couple of questions. We're going to cover some more Broadway news, and then we'll let you go. Does that sound fair?
Of course.
Cool. Appreciate it. Jeffrey brought up something that I haven't talked about yet, which is a new Little Shop of Horrors casting. Are you a Little Shop of Horrors fan?
I mean, I love the movie. I haven't gotten to see the play yet. I know my brother has, and our co-director Austin Regan is the what do they call it, the ongoing director, the resident director. He's the resident.
Oh
yeah.
Well, first off, the West End Theater's amazing.
I hear it's great. I hear the show is really. I gotta get.
I was at previews with Jonathan Groff as Seymour. Was incredible. It was the last show I saw before COVID. I saw it Broadway Flea Weekend in 2019. But I love the show, and they just announced the new cast, which is blowing my mind a little bit. And Amber, it is heavy hitters. So you have Betsy Wolfe, who's literally just coming off of Death Becomes Her. I worked with her on Joy last year. She was the original Anne Hathaway and Juliet. Incredible, very talented. She's coming in as Audrey. And then Ethan Slater is coming in as Seymour. Are you familiar with Ethan Slater?
I don't think so.
He's known as Mr. Ariana Grande. Like Ariana Grande and Nathan Slater just had this big public breakup. But he was just Bach in the Wicked movies.
Oh,
And he was also SpongeBob. And he also did, oh my God, what was Marcel? My brain is not working. He just had his own show. These are probably, and with no disrespect to any of the previous cast, Jeremy Scott, Nicholas Christopher, Joy Woods, like, without any disrespect, I think these are probably the biggest names that they've had in a really long time. They've been down this path of like Disney Channel stars made adult, and it's been really fascinating. So I'm curious to see how that'll be because it's already incredibly hard to get tickets because the house is quite small. It would not be a show or theater I would recommend for you to go into because you would sell it out in 5 seconds.
5 seconds, yeah.
But
again, it's another one of those not a bad seat in the house theaters.
Correct. Oh,
are they
actually,
the whole cast, or is it just those 2 main roles?
They usually just replace the Audrey and the Seymour. Those are usually kind of stud and Oren. But they haven't announced who's coming as Oren. And right now it's Elder, Amber.
Oh, yes, I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of his name.
So it'll be interesting if they're going to make an announcement. They just replaced Juliette Lewis in Rocky Horror with Sherry Renee Scott.
Right.
And there was a little clip that got released. You're a Rocky Horror fan, right?
Yeah, sure.
You need to go check out at Studio 54, the new show.
Another one that's sold out completely. So
is what's his name still playing Rocky?
Luke Evans.
Luke Evans.
Yes.
It's a little weird tie-in.
We love it.
One of the advisors when I was making the movie, a friend of mine, kind of spurred me on to continue when he saw what I had originally animated and was, you need to take this more serious and, really, not just put it on YouTube like what I was going to do, just, little by little. Right. And so he became kind of an advisor over the years on, his name's Phil Alaco, and he's a director, and he has a movie with Luke Evans, which just came out on Netflix.
Oh, cool.
Called 5 Pounds of Pressure. I think it was.
I love the 6 degrees of separation in the theater world.
And I think it was number 3 in movies the other day. In fact,
I'm gonna have to check it out. I love Luke. He actually was the first person to come out at the stage door, and was just the loveliest individual. The loveliest. Well, they just broke a record. And Amber, I don't know if you saw this because the news came out right before the show. Rocky Horror has now broken the house record at Studio 54 for the week ending Sunday, June 28th. They have now broken the house record with a box office take of 1,215,225 and has become the highest grossing production to play at the theater. So it's really cool. I mean, we love to say like theater needs to be accessible, and it's really important to have theater accessible, but these tickets are not cheap. And people are finding a way to do it, and good for them. It's a great show, and I would go back again if I had the opportunity. Go see it if you can. Rocket. I think you'll love this iteration of it. We just had Linus O'Brien on the show a couple of weeks ago, and it was really cool.
Yeah, I've never gotten to see a live version. I've only seen the movie.
Shadowcast. Have you seen Shadowcast?
No, just the movie.
You've never seen a Shadowcast perform along with?
Oh, you mean like when the cast was?
Yeah. I was like, how are you still a virgin? Especially with this movie.
I think it was on like the 12th Street Theater on like Avenue.
You saw like the real Shadowcast. No disrespect to any Shadowcast. That's the OG. Shadowcast. I was in a Shadowcast here in Orlando. That I still talk to several people. But yeah, no, it's really kind of fascinating the way that this world is going right now. And that nostalgic, but wanting to keep persevering. Amber, am I missing any news on your end, or should we ask our closing questions?
You are missing the biggest news of all.
I am?
You are.
Okay. This is why you usually drive the bus. Yes.
It's like the best time of year.
It's always the best time of year.
Broadway Briar Park was announced.
Oh, I know that's your like favorite time, but I remember sitting and melting sitting and melting in Bryant Park and having to buy an external battery because my phone got so hot that it wouldn't stay on. Yes.
Yeah,
We do love
so
Broadway
we
and Bryant
always
Park.
say, like, you might, you might not be able to get a ticket to your favorite show, but
That's
check
true.
out like all of these amazing opportunities, especially now with nice weather. There's so many opportunities to
Did
see
you say nice
performances.
weather?
I
Didn't you
did,
say it's
yeah.
100? Okay, first off, New York is going to be 114 degrees next week with
I'm
humidity.
just saying it's not canceling Operation Mincemeat because there's 15 feet of snow and people can actually like access a place together to see these performances.
And it's free at Bryant Park.
And
yes,
it's free.
right.
And that's exactly what we've always been talking about is the accessibility for people. So starting at about a month on Thursday, August 23rd through August 13th, every Thursday, live in Bryant Park, between 12:30 and 1:30, you'll be able to see performances from your favorite Broadway
I
shows.
think there's actually an earlier one because I remember sending my friend Mark information because he and his partner are going to be going in July.
That's like I think a different
Is it
Bryant Park thing, maybe the Carnegie Hall at Bryant Park thing.
No, I don't know. I'm gonna look at what I sent him while you continue to tell people about this awesome stuff because it's always so cool.
But yeah,
no, it's
so
Thursday,
like,
July 23rd.
That's what I just said.
You said August.
I said until August 13th.
Oh, I thought you said starting in August. I'm not listening to you. Clearly, it's just what my brain's doing. You're right.
Literally, those are the words that just came out of my mouth. But
Yeah,
like
right.
every show running, including some off-Broadway performances from like the Spelling Bee, Little Shop of Horrors, Heathers, and Heated Rivalry. They're giving the people what they want.
They are giving the people what they want. It's going to be really interesting to see that. Yeah, and the lineup is really cool. I would want to be there for all of them, but the 23rd is like really where my heart is, the opening day, because it's AMDA College of Performing Arts pre-show. And Juliet, Hadestown, Just in Time, Maybe Happy Ending, Moulin Rouge, and Lost Boys.
Right.
Like, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Rocket, you heading into Bryant Park at any time soon?
Well, I do some rehearsing around there for this at
Nice.
Studios, which is like a couple blocks away. So
I'll
probably be over there on Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah, my favorite thing is I go grab a salad wrap from Chopped. I take it across the street to the park, and I make friends with the squirrels for a little bit, and then I go listen to music and try to not die of heat exhaustion.
Yeah. And, there was just obviously the Pride Parade just happened over the weekend. They did Pride events where lots of shows did performances.
Yeah.
So like we were saying, whatever kind of thing is happening, there's probably a Broadway event that's going on with it with some free performances. So get on your Google machine, check out the Broadway Fan Club Facebook group because we'll be posting all of the happenings.
All of the things.
And see some free Broadway performances this summer.
Yeah. Too bad you can't get tickets to go see Rocket's show on Tuesday because it's sold out.
It's sold out.
I know. Unless you're a big industry person and you can contact us for a,
maybe we'll find room for you.
Right. We'll put it out this way. We love our dear friend Rocket. If there is anybody out there that is interested in reaching out, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. I will get you in touch with the powers that be, because we really want to see you guys succeed. This has been a really big passion project for quite some time. And I think it's time to give the people what they want.
Yeah.
For sure.
And apparently what they want is this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, everything happens in its own time, and you can't
want less of that, more of this.
Did you just point at me and say less of this? You pointed at me.
No, you're on this side for me.
Oh, so fun. Yeah, no, you pointed right at me. I was like, less of me, thanks. All right, Amber, we've taken up Rocket's time, but do you want to ask your question, and then I will ask mine, and then we will pimp him out?
Sounds good. So if
Strap in, everybody.
We're sitting in a room with a tiny little Rocket Star and he could see you now, what do you think he would be most proud or impressed by?
Oh, tiny little Rocket Star.
Yeah.
I think he'd be impressed that I actually, along with our team managed to pull the
You
show
did the
off
damn
the way
thing.
we
You did the
last
thing,
season.
yeah.
We did the thing, and it actually went really well. Like that's
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, like
No imposter syndrome.
better than I thought it was going to
Good.
go. You know, so
Awesome.
yeah, I think that's what he'd be proud of. That I actually took it to that level, to this, even if it ended up here. Yeah, I think he'd be proud.
I think this thing is going to keep going. Don't even think for a moment that this is not. That was probably the most concise answer for that question, Amber. I'm really impressed.
Right?
And he knew it right off the bat. All right, here. I've got 2 questions. I've come up with a new question that I started doing during some hostings. And I'm going to ask you this because it can pertain to your movie. If the characters of Death Rockstar were stuck in an elevator, who would be the hero? Who'd be the biggest pain in the ass?
Well, the hero would undoubtedly be Rocky. He's always the hero, Rocky Star. And the biggest pain in the ass would be Kree. His
Why? Tell me why.
He's just very controlling. He's very it's kind of like his thing. He doesn't want people to control him, yet he's very controlling of the people around him. He'd be worse. So he'd be worse than the actual bad guy is. So
he'd be the one being like, "This is the corner we pee in. This is where you can like cry. This is very."
He'd be trying to manipulate the situation to some degree.
Okay, love that. And then here's the more serious question. Is there ever a question that you've wanted to answer but have not had the opportunity? And what is both the question and the answer?
Well, okay, so ask this one more time.
I always have to. Has there ever has there ever been a question that you've always wanted somebody to ask you? And what is the answer?
Oh, jeez. Is there a question that you always wanted somebody to ask me? No.
I mean, I would have thought you would have said, "Hey, Röckët Stähr, do you want to take this thing to Broadway? Here's a bunch of money." And then your response would have been, "Yes."
Well, sure, that kind of question. I guess, yeah. Like, yes, that is you.
That's
a
good question.
You got right into my head. That's the question I would want to be.
And Yvette is saying, "It's great you're sold out, but you're going to have to add some shows, Rocket."
I would
hear that, Joe's Pub. We want more shows.
Yeah, Joe's Pub.
It's funny because they did offer one, but then they've offered. Yeah, they've tried to offer us a show, and it didn't work out.
You got to make it work with the cast.
They're going to offer another couple, but their schedule is so packed already.
It is.
And my players, they're all very in demand and stuff. And so I've marked off a bunch of the stuff that they have going on. I'm like, I've got like 4 dates that might work over the next.
Here's the thing. Good thing that you're in New York City, where there are 5 bajillion venues that you could go to.
Yeah, but again, the nature of this is so weird. Like if we had, it's a money thing as well. Like part of the reason that makes this okay is that they've got a screen that comes right over our head. The projection system, it all works really well. And it's already kind of a thing rolling along. So it's like, in order to try to find a different venue that we can maybe get a screen installed, like all that stuff is capital, and I don't have that. So,
hopefully somebody out there in the Broadway fan club network of some sort is hearing you and saying, "I got to get this guy and his team, and we got to do something because this is cool." And I think we're going to.
Jeffrey's offering up the Schubert Theater.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeffrey. We're so glad that the Schubert Theater, you can just say, "Hey, here you go."
Yeah. Right up there.
I mean, we can offer the Majestic. It's fine. Or, whatever theaters are out there.
Tomorrow we'll just start moving.
Well, the Lux just became free as of yesterday.
Temporarily available, yes. Yeah, but there's plenty of opportunity out there. This is certainly not going to be the last that anybody sees this show. But Amber, you have all those amazing links set up that we can pimp out Rocket for a second.
I just have, I shared Rocket's Instagram in the post where everyone saw that. And
can you put them into the banner really quick so you can run them on the bottom of the screen, please?
Yeah. Give me
That'd be great.
Just have to go to another place and time.
So, Rocket, please tell everybody, as Amber's putting these in for our audio impaired, where can people find you, find information about the show, find information about how to purchase the movie on that beautiful Blu-ray of yours?
Well, they can find me wandering around New York City at various times.
Okay, fair.
You can find me on Instagram. Yeah, I don't know if it's Rocket_Star.
It is.
Okay, yeah. So STAHR. For Facebook, just look up Rocket Star, again, STAHR. The web store that I sell the Blu-rays and DVDs and T-shirts and such is deathofarockstore.com.
Love that, Death of a Rock Store. We love a good pun. When anybody listens to our podcast episodes on Syndicate, our direct link is only BroadwayFans.com. So we love a good URL. But Amber, did you get that deathofarockstore.com as well?
I am getting it right now.
Hey, we love that. We love that. So, Rocket, for anybody that's listening that might be attending this upcoming Tuesday's performance at Joe's Pub, is there anything you want to say to them? Encourage, discourage?
Dress up.
Oh, yeah. Dress up if you want. I really just hope you have a great time. That's what this is really all about. I just love when people, that's one of the things I love. Like, I get a lot of emails from people once they've seen the movie, or messages and stuff, and saying how much fun they had watching it, or they shared it with their family or their friends, or they have watch parties for it. And to me, that sounds like they got their money's worth.
Right.
And they had fun. And that's what this shit is all supposed to be about.
Yeah.
Joy, you're walking away. I hope however they come in, I want them to leave the room with a smile on their face.
I love that.
I love that.
Really
I love that so much.
Yeah.
All right. So deathofarockstore.com is also the best place to find all of the merch and DVD/Blu-ray/CD, whatever something's not sold out, because this shit is cool.
Right.
But,
and for all the greatest news, again, follow Rocket Star on Instagram for all the biggest updates to see if a new show gets added, maybe.
Right. Yeah. And it's at ROCKET_STAHR. So make sure that you guys go follow him and harass him a little bit, especially if you're an investor or a producer who has any interest, or reach out directly to us at BroadwayFanClub@gmail.com. We'd be happy to pass the good information along as well. Rocket, you've been a pleasure. Thank you for joining us on your off week, even though it's not really off.
I appreciate you having me. It was a lot of fun.
Anytime you want to come back, you are welcome. And we'll talk to you in the green room as soon as we're done with the episode. Make sure you, again, follow along with us at onlybroadwayfans.com for every previous episode of our 93 official shows, plus our special events. Amber will always say, make sure you download our episodes. Make sure you download them. Listen to us while you're at the gym or on the plane or in the bathroom.
Leave a review. Say how much you love it.
A good review. And you can also check out all 200 of our fan groups directly on www.thebroadwayfanclub.com. Join our community of over 9 million members and join your favorite shows or learn about a new one. And maybe you'll just see a Death of a Rockstar group eventually. Who knows? But we really appreciate Rocket being here. Rocket Star, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to golf clap for you. And enjoy Hamilton Township, and I'll see you in the green room. And don't forget, every single Monday night when Broadway is dark, we keep that ghost light burning. You guys have a great night. Amber will say goodnight. Rocket, good night. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Farewell.
Ciao for now.
Vidas and goodbye.